So I think it's been like 2, maybe 3 days from the unboxing. This is what I'll be printing instead of a benchy. This should fit onto a potentiometer, though I have no idea how well this will fit. But if I click on this button, is this one? Yeah, it only needs 6 grams, as you can see on the top. And this is 20 grams, which should be just fine. And as just a beginner, I will use this as is. So unpack it and put it in. And speaking of unpacking, the front did not have a nice peel, so I added my own. Et voila! The top still has a peel, but I'll get to that once I'm done with the initial test. And now I have to add the STL file. I simply went to File, Export, and exported the G-code. So I will just copy this file, paste it onto the USB stick, eject it, and then I'll be using the USB stick. First though, I have to take the PLA out, put it in, though because I don't have a spool, no idea how this will do. I imagine the filament will just slide off. And also, maybe I need to turn the printer on so that it actually feeds into here. So let me do just that. And at the moment this will be the best test that I can do because I don't have a table to actually put this on. And also the floor is a bit wobbly, as you can see, so I actually can't stand close when the printing will be happening. But otherwise the floor is good enough if just the printer is there. If I step on it, then nope. So how should this be done? Without any idea what I'm actually doing, I just know that this has to go in and I want this to be printed. So put the USB stick in. Does anything pop up? It does not. Maybe go to settings. No, files. I think files, yeah, USB file. I do have this one. Bed leveling, print, PLA, pure effect, 6 grams, 27 minutes. Well, at least that is what was shown on the slicer. If I just hit print, will anything happen? That would be strange if it does. Maybe I now just have to shove this in and see if this can actually fit in. Well, fit and also feed in. So that went in quite easy, but the filament hurt to manage it, as you can see. At this point I have it up, yeah, you can see it up to that point. If I put it in a little bit more, I think it's in now. At least it's in as much as I can get it in. So now if I do the print, we'll just start doing something. So currently it's heating up 210 degrees, and that's the nozzle, I think, and then 38 degrees the heat bed. Like, it doesn't say anything about the filament yet. Is it good? Is it not good? Well, it's doing something, not saying much though. I think it will do some bed leveling at some point. And just to play this by the book, I will also push the top cover all the way out, like it says on the top, if printing PLA. Though doing this, I imagine this tube will wear out even faster because it will rub against the glass on the edge, even though it is tapered and smooth to the touch. I just remembered that this printer does have a camera. I can't use it for this first print because I think I would actually have to connect it to something like my PC or the Wi-Fi, but the camera is down here. In any case, I hope my phone will last, so you can at least see what the phone will take. Now, after all of this, will it actually start printing? That's the question. Well, I do see some filament being pushed out. Okay, so I guess at least the filament did get all the way down to the hot end. It's actually printing. Look at that. And this is what the filament did at the beginning. So that thing on the right, the two lines, that is like the beginning of the filament, and this is now the print. And I think it's going quite fast. Does it say how long it will last? Oh, 18 minutes. And that's it. Printing time 27 minutes. I guess that also includes the bed leveling. So confirm, and I believe I have to wait for the temperature of the heat bed to get to about 30 degrees. Oh, now that I look at it, the doors have a hole, so this could be remedied in some way, also the bottom one. Now, I did see some people actually print PLA with the whole printer enclosed. Is that good? Is that bad? No idea. For some it just works, and for others they actually have to have it opened. And looking at it, maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, it can zoom in a lot. So I do see two strings, but it's looking good. I'll just have to wait to take it out, how it actually feels like. So I believe the plate has cooled down enough for me to now open this and, well, see if it just pops off or if I actually have to use the scraper, which I believe I will need to use for the front. So I've seen people just do this. So lift it up. Well, it still stayed up. Well, is that good enough? And it came off. Nice. We'll take a look at it in a bit. Let me just try to get this off using this scraper that came with the QiDi. Now it is not sharp, but if you use some force, I believe damage can still be done to your hand. So this piece came off quite nicely, though a tiny bit is still left at the very edge here. And now let's get to actually checking out the model. So I did not do anything to the model, just picked it out from the printer. I believe the model or the object now looks exactly as in the slicer, so with all of the imperfections. So you can see at this section there's a tiny bit missing, but that's on the inside, so the section that will not be seen. What is important is on the outside, like we do see the levels, so it's not super smooth, but again it was exactly like in the slicer that we saw. Maybe black is not the best color to show the details, but this is what I got. Maybe a second light will help. So you can see the steps. Now this was all default, I did not make any changes. If I would set the layer height to less than, what was it, 0.2 by default, then this would probably look better. I did not make any changes to the model, so this is how it looks like. And once the object was done, I actually noticed that this is like for the half potentiometer, and I believed this is what I actually have, but I actually have this one. So this one will not fit in, but well, I can always drill this section out. Then what will I use it for? Well, it will be a on-off knob, that's the idea anyway, for a vintage looking lamp. This valve will then be used to power on the light, and I think it will fit just fine. The size also looks right. The only thing that I don't know if I should actually color it or leave it black. Now when it comes to the QiDi printer, the Q2, I think it's good. Out of the box, it printed this piece just fine, exactly as I wanted, so no fuss and a decent result. I just hope that it will work this good for a very long time without me having to do any kind of finicking. In any case, if you want to see more videos on the QiDi Q2, let me know. I also am surprised that this 20 gram of filament did not untangle and just went about all around the room. It actually stayed on the spool holder even without a spool, and that's pretty much it. Maybe my observation is on the belt. I don't know if this is just some kind of residue or if the belt is rubbing against something. So that is something that I will have to pay attention to, and it is the same on both sides, on that one and also on this one, as you can see from the top. But if I wipe it, you can see a bit of it on my finger. Oh yeah, one thing that I have to check is the firmware. So update detection 1.01. The one that was sent was 1.059. Oh, look what I found. I thought it was a spider. Huh. A little bit of a poop. That's it for this video. If you want to see more content on 3D printing with the QiDi Q2, the projects that I'll be making, and other tech-inspired content, subscribe to the channel. And we'll do something else in the next one.